Welcome to this edition of our podcast of Swinging Through India with Marty. With me is Pooja Ahluwalia. I take the liberty of saying one of India's best mid-am golfers, very passionate, and she also happens to be the member of the Indian Golf Union's Ladies Committee. So ma'am, thank you for taking time out and talking to us. So starting off, I'll ask you with this initiative that's coming up, the Mid-Amateur Tour of India, and women being very important stakeholders of this tour. How do you think Marty is going to make a difference, particularly for women golfers in this age category?
I think it's a great initiative. For me as a golfer, I have not had much opportunity to compete at the level that Marty is now bringing in for us. We've played various tournaments across the country. So there is no real structure and uniformity in the tournaments that are happening across. So I think that is one gap, and of course more opportunity to play such tournaments and compete at a level where you are motivated as a golfer to improve your game, compete with other good golfers, and be motivated to get better as a player.
Yeah, true, because I take this opportunity to give you an insight of the tour. There will be a total of 11 events spread across North Zone and South Zone in the first season. There will be 4 zonal preliminaries, both zones, North and South, followed by a zonal final. And then we have the Tour Championship. And all 11 events have Wagger points. So it's definitely an opportunity to step up. And what you just said, okay, you might be traveling across the country playing, but then every club, they have their own handicapping system. There are different set of rules, so there's no uniformity. And what I also understand is, yardages are not always in sync. So here we draft the rules and we follow it to the hilt from beginning to the end. So nobody can at least say that it's not a level playing field, that the men have an advantage or the women are kind of trying to match up. And the thing is, all championship golf courses managed by very competent people, and from having played the sport for now close to almost 20 years, just take us through your journey, because being a woman athlete in India is not easy. When you start off, yes, you have stars in your eyes, but then reality sets in, family pressures, marriage, kids, taking a break. I'm sure you also would have gone through all that. So just run us through that.
So I was always a sportsman. Through my school life, I played various sports. Didn't have the opportunity to play golf at that time because it was not a very popular sport to play, and the sense was that it's meant for older people to play, and it's not meant for youngsters. So we never really you're not introduced to golf at that age. So after I got married, my husband Sunil, who's an avid golfer himself, introduced me to the sport. And when I started playing golf in Naldera at Simla, I was the only lady golfer in town.
So you broke the glass.
So that was the first challenge, to play a sport that was male dominated. And people would be surprised to see a lady on the golf course, and let alone a lady who played decently well, even to begin with. Since I was a natural sportsman, I took to the game pretty quickly, and I was able to get on course and start playing. So I think that was the first challenge, and then the passion grew with time. Of course, there were challenges because my son was very small, and I think the mindset is that golf is a very time-consuming sport. It's a very expensive sport. It's meant for the rich, so many different mindsets that you have to fight, especially for a woman. I think the biggest thing that one fights with is guilt of spending time away from the family, because you have to put in that effort to do anything that you want to do well. You have to give it time. So I think to get over that and to prioritize, to manage your time in a manner that you're able to balance, that balancing act was a challenge. Fighting mindsets at home, saying that why is golf so important, and home should be a priority, or work also. I've been working and taking out time. There were long periods of time when I wasn't able to play. I had to take a break, but the passion for the game was so strong that kept me going.
Right, true.
So every opportunity I got, I prioritized golf over maybe socializing, maybe going to a kitty party. I'd rather play a round of golf or go to the driving range, practice, than do that. So I think that's been primarily the reason why I am still playing the sport.
So now with things at home pretty much in order, your son is grown up. Have you that guilt that you spoke of? Have you kind of been able to get rid of that?
Absolutely. I think now the stage that I am at, I can give it more time without feeling that guilt, and the motivation now is different. I'm so glad that I didn't wait for this time to start playing, and I took out time from my schedule over the years to be able to enjoy the sport more now, because you get better at it and you enjoy it, therefore you enjoy it more. The golfing community becomes like a part of your own family, and so I think largely I would say don't wait, start, give it as much time as you have now, so that when you have more time, you're able to ease into it.
No, what you said is very important, because from a parent's perspective, I've seen a lot of these cases happening, that kids saying ki, okay, now this is my class 10 year, my class 12 year, I'll take a break and then I'll get back. But often what happens is, in the midst of your preoccupation with your school books, that passion kind of takes a backseat, and often you see kids just giving up at those stages. So I think that is very important, that kept the fire burning, and you even if it meant taking a break, but you always got back.
Always got back. Yes, absolutely.
So now, as you just said, that especially for women, it's been playing the odd tournament, maybe 4 or 5 in a year, traveling to the big courses. Do you think how long playing 11 events in the space of say 4 to 5 months, while passion is there, I guess you also need a change of mindset, that are you ready to kind of step up your game and your finances also? Do you think that you see that happening?
Well, it depends on how much that is. Depends on how affordable it is. It has to be the right, you have to be able to justify it to yourself. So it could be different for everyone. So
thank you, ma'am, for your time, and here's wishing you many more accolades on the golf course.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.